Hello my lovelies. As you can tell, this is something completely different. Today I am going to be showing you my world of Jenvier reptiles, my world of my snakes. And we're going to be doing a snake feeding video. But just to let you know, I got my Ipsy box in for my Glam Bag Plus today. So I may be filming that, just to kind of let you know. Anyway, we feed only frozen thawed rodents here. We do not feed any live, so you do not have to worry about seeing any live feedings in this video. And I do not do the frozen feed of myself. I actually order them, so I do not do any killing or anything like that. Okay, just to let you know, put that out there. So I have only corn snakes. I do not have any other type of snakes. I don't have any ball pythons or any boas or anything like that. I used to have ball pythons and I used to have sand boas back in the day before breast cancer took my animals away from me. I still have crested geckos. We just got back into them again, and they are like on the other side of the room. But this side of the room here are just my corn snakes. I'm gonna just kind of show you me feeding a few of them. Okay, so I'm gonna get on to that. I do have some, by the way, that they'll kind of jump out. And a couple of them are a little, they kind of freak me out sometimes when they do that, because a couple of them are just like, let me have the damn food. And they kind of, just to let you know, in case a couple of them do that. And yeah, just to kind of let you know that. So I have not done this before. Like the last time I tried to film this is before I even had a camera. All I had was my cell phone, and I was trying to hold the cell phone and try to film at the same time. And it was a complete disaster. So if you happen to see that video back in my video files, I apologize for that video because it sucked ass. It was bad. It was really bad. And this actual room, as you can tell, was not a completely finished room. When we had our old house, I had a huge room that I had my reptiles in because I had over 200 snakes. You heard that right, over 200 snakes. Now I'm down to 22, so I don't have as many snakes as I had before. So my collection had decreased completely. When I first moved here, we had no intention on me getting back into snakes because I was still fighting breast cancer. I was still going through treatments. I was like at the end of one treatment, I was still going through IV treatments when we were looking to buy another house. And we were right at the end of that treatment when we found this house. I still had a couple more treatments to go. And I started oral, O-R-A-L, I can't say that freaking word. I was getting ready to start that treatment, and we had moved here, and then a month later I began that treatment, which lasted a year, and I finished that last year. So I didn't think we were going to even get back into this again. And then I had, I highly doubt you saw the last video because it was really bad. But I had my beloved Heather, this was her name, and she came out of the egg completely deformed. Her spine, it literally went down a little bit, curved, went down a little bit, curved, went down. It was really, really bad. And we didn't think she would make it. My husband wanted to put her down immediately because she was in really, really bad shape. And she lived for 4.5 years, and she was my baby, my baby. And as she grew, a couple of those kinks in her spine actually kind of flattened out. And I took her to the vet that I worked for, and we did an x-ray on her, and we saw that the only thing that affected was her spine. Didn't affect any of her organs or anything. And then one day I came down here because I did keep her when I had to sell my snakes. I had one ball python that I kept that had one of his eyes that we thought he was blind in it, and we got him from a pet store. When I worked in the medical field, I got a lot of things that pet stores couldn't keep. They just gave them to me. And I was known as Snake Lady on Snapchat. That's what my name is, S-N-K-E-L-A-D-Y, because that's what my nickname was. I even had license plates on my car. That's what they always called me at the animal hospital. I was known as the Snake Lady, and it just kind of stuck. So that name was what they called me. So when they would call me on the phone, they'd be like, well, let's talk to the Snake Lady. And then they became, like, when they couldn't keep them at the pet store, they became mine. So Eli became mine. We named him One Eye Eli. Well, that ended up being stuck shed. They just left on him. So anyway, I kept him, and I kept my kinked up baby, and they were like ones that nobody else could take, so I kept him. Anyway, to make a long story short, I came down here one day and she was dead, and I was completely devastated. Completely devastated. I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. And I was just completely heartbroken because I only had her, and then I had another snake that a friend sent to me. She was a pink snake, and she was sent to me as I was going through my breast cancer treatments from one of my closest, dearest friends named Terry. So if you're watching this, Terry, you know exactly what this whole story's about. So she sent me her, so I still had her, and then the other two. So like when Heather died, I was like, I'm done. I don't want anything else to do with snakes. I'll just keep what I have, and that's it. You know, I never want to see another snake again. I mean, I was like completely heartbroken. So Terry messaged me, and she's like, I know you're going through hell right now, but I have this snake that's kinked up, and I don't want to put him down. Would you be interested in taking him? And I'm like, no, I can't do this again. And I'll talk to Mike, and I'm like, you know, Terry wants me to take the snake that's kinked, and you know, I really don't want to see him put down, but I don't know what to do. And he's like, just take the snake, because snakes are your life. You know, don't give up on them. Don't give up on this part of you. You need a purpose. You need something to do with your life. So just take them. And then while you're there, why don't you think about taking some more? Maybe you need to get back into this again. Yeah, 90% of these snakes came from Terry. So this is what we have. And three of these snakes here was a dream project of us back. We had this project dream back in 2009, and this project was an extremely expensive project, but more or so then than now, because back then there was only a few in existence. So that morph was just being developed back then. So we didn't think we'd ever get it, and now we have it. So I did feed a little while ago. I started feeding them before I decided to film them, this part. And you can't, once you feed, you can't touch them for like 3 days. Once they have to actually get through processing that food, or they can regurgitate, and it's not good when they do that. So they actually did eat earlier, and they only ate. I'm going to be standing up and sitting down a lot, so and I'm going to show you a couple tattoos too, because the tattoos have to do with my snakes. So I'm going to be showing those to you. But they do have to have a second food item, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. They are called palmettos, and I don't know whether you can see him or not. I can pick him up like just for a second. But this is actually an anery palmetto, and this is what he looks like. They have just spots on them. They're really, really pretty. But he's due for a second one, so I'm going to go ahead and feed him another one. Now, he won't take it off the tongs, so you're really not going to see much from him. I have to actually leave it in there for him. So I'm just going to kind of put it in there and just let him have it. But he won't take it from the tongs. So I'm just going to go and get it on his own. And then his mate for the future is Pandora, and she's the same way. She won't take it off the tongs either, and she is a straight out. This is our dream snake. She's a straight out palmetto, and isn't she gorgeous? Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, I need to put her back because I can't be handling her a lot either, because she is a regurger. When she was tiny, she regurged. She hasn't done it for a long, long time, but I don't want to push it. So, all right, let me put one in there for her, and she can be really, really weird. Sometimes we have to actually put her in a separate container to feed her, so hopefully that won't happen. All right, so what I'm going to do is, the ones I still have to feed yet, since they've had their two, what I do is I have a little container, and I take out all of the little shelf pegs. That way I know who still has to eat. And I have been trying to breed, and I haven't had any luck. I'm only trying to breed a couple pair this year. And I just haven't had any luck. And I don't know whether it's because they haven't had their shed cycle yet, or what. Oh, getting back to the size of this room. When we bought this house, like I said, we had no intentions on having snakes again. So this room is like a quarter the size of my old room. So I just kind of made this one side of the room snakes. I have like an office area like here that you can't see. It's like on the side of this table. And then we have like an area on this other side of the room that has my husband's geckos, because that's going to be his thing, or crested geckos. And then he's got another area on the other side that he has his RC cars. And then I have a bathroom back there, just to kind of let you know what the room looks like. Okay, so I want to put some other things in here because I have a couple other snakes that do not eat off the tongs. But I do want to show you a couple that will eat off the tongs. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in the video though, but we'll see. She actually hides up in her little thing, so you may or may not see her. Let's see. Her name's Akasha. Yeah, you'll see her. Here, girl. You see it? Did you all see her take it? I don't know if you saw her take it or not. She's pretty good at taking hers. And then when I know they've eaten, I put this back, and then I actually have a marker that I mark the date and what they actually ate. So, and I might have had these in here a little too long. We'll see how well they take it. Sometimes if they get too warm, they won't take it, so we'll see. And this is Ante'ja. She's actually what I showed you. She actually has that gene in her, but she doesn't express it. She actually has it in her. And they call that heterozygous or het. Like I said, once they've taken it or once I've left it in there for them, I do put that peg in there. And I do have another kinked baby. And he usually doesn't take that second one. So I don't even know if he took the first one, because a lot of times he does have to be in a separate container for him to eat. But I'll see. He's actually hiding in his tube, I think. Let me see if he took it earlier. He's up in here. He did. So I'll leave him alone. I would show you him. He's kinked up pretty bad. He's the one that I got when she was asking if I wanted a kinked baby. Okay, so these guys on this rack, these are all adults from here all the way down to here, and then I have this one that I'm going to be talking about, and these are these are adults, and then these are sub-adults, and these over here are all adults. These are juveniles. So this one up here is my official tail rattler. He will rattle his tail to no end, but he won't bite. He just, I don't know if you can hear that or not, he rattles. Come on, baby. And obviously I'm not going to show you feeding every single one because it'll take way too long. He's being a little weird. When I first got him from my friend Denise, he actually only ate if I sat and watched him. If I turned my head, he would actually spit the mouse out. And these tubs that I have here that they're in, you just rattle that tail something fierce. Actually, the rack system actually have heat, and I don't know if you can see. No, you cannot see it in the video. We have these. The racks actually have heat that's in the back, and it's on the bottoms. And then there are thermostats connected to each one that actually control the heat and control how much heat is on each rack. Now Jagoda is one of my breeders, and she's actually in blue. She's getting ready to shed, and we call it blue because their eyes actually turn blue. She's actually at the end of that cycle now, but she's one that will come out of the box to eat. So we'll see how she does. And if you watch her, she'll jump out to get the mouse. She did pretty good that time. She didn't jump as high as she usually jumps. But she's a good eater for me. This one here is Mosby, and he can sometimes be a little butt. So we'll see how he does. And the reason I stand back is because sometimes they'll come out and they'll try to pretend that my face is food. That has happened to me before with the ball python I had. She got me in the face. You probably can't see what I'm showing you because the way the camera angle is, but they are actually taking the mouse and they're twisting around it because they are constrictors. And even though the mouse is dead, they still constrict thinking that they're alive. And this is Twitch. He's a big boy. He's actually close to 5 foot long, which is pretty much as big as they get. And he's in complete blue. His eyes are completely glazed over. He cannot see a thing, so he's going by the smell. A lot of snakes do not eat when they're in blue, but he does because he could care less as long as he gets his food. And you may be able to see that. If I get him up here high enough, you'll be able to see that he's in blue. But he also may miss because he can't see it. So he's going by heat. And if my hand is hotter than the mouse, he's going to hit my hand. Can you guys see the blue in his eyes? He's having trouble because he can't see it. So he's looking for heat, and my hand's probably hotter. And he's the most gentle snake in the whole world. He really, really is. He's my boy. And I have no plans to breed him. He's just like one I'm going to keep because I love him. He's just a sweetheart. A couple of these here are probably going to be for sale. Because I have no plans to breed them. They're not, they were going to be in my breeding. I'm going to leave that in there for him because he's having trouble finding it. They were going to be in my breeding category, but now they're not. So this one here, he's a little mean ass. He really is. He's the only one that I have to actually put him in a rocking chair to calm him down. And he's a little turd, so he will come out and attack. Yeah, he didn't do too bad. He must know he's on camera. He's camera shy. This is Abacus. This is Mommy's boy, aren't you? Are you Mommy's boy? He's a sweetheart. And the Abacus came for me from Terry. He's one that I got. I did have him right after I moved here. I was here for May, June, July, August, 5 months. And he was a roly-poly. He had a little twist in his spine. And she also called me and she's like, can you take him for me? Because I know that you like snakes that have problems. And I was, I was that kind of person. So she said, can you take him for me? And he was a little tiny baby when he came to me. He literally would crawl, slither, he would spin. He doesn't do that anymore. And he is such a lover. He might have a little attitude because he also holds grudges. And he will like hold a grudge and will not have anything to do with me once I touch another snake. But he is completely stunning. If you guys can see. Look at this. And watch him. Are you my boy? Are you Mommy's boy? Or are you gonna be mad? He's mad at me because he senses I've touched another snake. Oh my gosh. Love him, Mommy. Oh, usually he gives me kisses when he comes out of there. He might smell the mice too. You gonna give me kisses? Where's my kiss? Thank you. Oh, thank you. His name is Abacus, but I call him Habacus because he always tries to give me kisses. Kisses. Where's my kiss, Abacus? Oh, he's making a fool out of me. Give me a kiss. Oh my goodness, Abacus. Where's my kisses? Thank you. Now he wants to like, just feed me, bitch. Just feed me. He's a good eater. And you'll see that. Okay, Abacus. Come eat. Oh, maybe not. He might be mad. Like so mad. There he goes. He's like, there he goes. Alright, this is Clementine. She is a breeder and she's gorgeous. I'm going to have to like get the camera down now because I need to show you how gorgeous she is. This is Clementine. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? She's absolutely stunning. And she eats rats. And she hopefully will be a mommy for me. And that's how she takes hers. And this is G-Man. He's supposed to be a breeder, but so far he's not doing a daggone thing except running from the female. Alright. And he's supposed to be for Jagoda. He's also one that'll eat really fast. See what I mean? And then I'm going to show you another one. It's another one of my favorites. Alright. This is the one I just showed you, the orange one, Clementine. This is her mate. And let me get my camera right. His name is Zilla. He will also hit hard. See that? Isn't that something? Alright, I'm going to skip another one. I'm going to go and show you this rack. So let me put this camera down if I can get it right for you guys. This here is what's called het for scaleless. This is what a scaleless looks like, which is this butthole right here. They don't have scales. He's gonna rattle his tail. Okay. And this is het for scaleless, which means she has scaleless in her genes. Okay. Now let me show you. She is humongous. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know. She's the biggest snake here. She's huge. Alright, you see how big she is? She's a snow. That's why she's like this color. But she's humongous. And if she comes around, you will see how big she is. And she will take this really quick, just to let you know, okay? So, just to let you know, she's going to hit it hard. And there she is. Her name is Keone. And yes, I name all my snakes. When I had 200 snakes, I named them all. And people asked me, how do you come up with all those names? I have no freaking clue how I came up with all those names, to be honest with you. I just did. No clue. No how. No clue. No how. No clue. And this one is also het for scaleless. This is my scaleless rack. And they are actually, she will hit hard too. They're actually a hybrid with rat snakes. And they were discovered in France. Another hard hitter. And this one is my snow scaleless. He may not eat. He makes such a mess in his box too. He may or may not eat. He's been refusing because he's in breeding mode. But since he hasn't eaten for a while, he may. I say he looks like a little penis because the way he's shriveled up. So I call him funny face. He's got a deformed jaw, which you probably will not see because he's not going to be cooperative. His box is always so gross because he makes such a mess no matter what I do. I'm going to leave it in there for him because more than likely he will not eat. So we'll see. I'll have to come back to him later when the video's done. This guy here is also a hard hitter. So you'll see that. He'll come out really hard. Ah! Not as hard as he usually does. Anyway, guys, that's all I'm going to do. I just wanted to show you that. And then I'm going to show you some tattoos. As they're eating, I want to show you some of my tattoos and tell you what they mean, since people have been asking about that. So the first tattoo, I'm going to get a chair because I want to be able to show you the way that my order of my tattoos came in. So the back of my neck, I've always wanted tattoos, and I waited because I was terrified of needles. I just don't like them. I don't like them at all. I don't mind giving blood because it's something I've just got used to doing through my life. I don't mind that at all. And plus you can see what's happening. When needles go in, you don't really know what they're doing. So yeah, but with tattoos you do. So, and I became addicted once I got my first one. I got my first one on spring break. My son was home and I'm like, you know what? I want a tattoo. I had a hysterectomy in February of 2011. So when April came around, I'm like, I went through hell with that hysterectomy, like major hell. So I said, you know, I write a passage. I want a freaking tattoo. Let's go in the car. I'm getting one now. He thought I was joking. I'm like, nope. I talked to the tattoo shop. I'm on the way. We're going to go. He literally thought I was joking until I was sitting in that chair. And he said he filmed it. He's like, Mom's getting a tattoo. So hopefully you can get this in the video. It's a cross right here on the back of my neck. And then when I was there, I told the guy that I wanted to get words on the back of my neck that says only God may judge, and another cross. And he's like, well, I really don't have time for that. He said, call me back Friday and we'll talk about it. Call back Friday. He's like, yeah, I don't have time. Call back Monday. Call back Monday. He's like, I don't have time. I'm like, when are you gonna have time? He's like, I just don't have time for you right now. I'm like, you know what? Screw you. So I called another tattoo guy. He became my tattoo guy for years and years. And he got me in May. So I got the rest of this in May. I got this one that I'm going to show you in June. And I got first one here in July. I got both my above my ankles done in July. I was like one hog wild. I like one week, I went back, got the other one another week. I got this part started like in August, I think, and I got this one like in September or October, and then I went and got this one done right after that. I got them all done within like a year's time. So I went crazy. So anyway, hopefully you can see the back of my neck since I can't see what I'm showing you, but this is the back of my neck, and I hope you all are seeing this okay. I won't know until I watch this back. But that's the first cross I got, and then I went back and I got the rest of this. John did the rest of that for me. And then I got, this is actually a corn snake that starts, let's see, where's his head at? Where is his head? It's in there somewhere. But this is a corn snake that wraps around and goes up, there's his head. And it's a caramel corn. It's lost some color because I have vitiligo, so it pulls a lot of the color out. And I did this to cover vitiligo. This is like the reason I started getting like the arm tattoos done. But it's a caramel corn, and which was my dream snake until I got him, and he was an asshole. Like all the caramel corns I had were freaking assholes. But anyway, this was a caramel corn, and this is a crested gecko. And this was in honor of one that was one of our favorite ones that passed away. So this was for him. And he was more a brown color when I first got him. And this is the flower that comes from Caledonia, the island where the crested geckos are. And then each one of these flowers on my arm all represent a member of my family. So these are pansies, which are my son Jacob's like favorite flower. And this is a purple rose, which is my husband's favorite flower. And these are morning glories, which when I was growing up as a little girl, we had morning glories in my mom's garden. So that was like for me growing up. It was just a memory of me growing up. And then this is a daisy, which is my grandmother's favorite flower. A daffodil is my mom's favorite flower, and a tiger lily because it's one of my favorite flowers. And then this past summer, we went to Myrtle Beach, and my son Jacob got my mother's favorite flower tattooed on his arm because he's got his first tattoo a couple years ago. He and his best friend went and got like hands like this. They got hands like catch you when you fall kind of hand tattoo up here. And then in Myrtle Beach, he got tattoo like right here. of my mom's favorite flower. My mother passed away from cancer in 2008. So they went and got tattoos done. And then my daughter got a tattoo on the back of her ankle for Virginia, where she was born, and then on Florida on her other ankle, where she lives now. So I went and got this tattoo designed and made up with my boxing gloves. I talked about this in another video. And then the year 2016, for the year I started breast cancer, and then the breast cancer ribbon. So I got that. And then over here is my mom. It's an angel holding the ovarian cancer ribbon. And then this color of the robe is the color of her burial gown that she was buried in. And this one was kind of messed up because my body kept kicking out the pink. So we had to put this pink in several times. Each one of these tattoos, this took like, I think we had like 12 or 16 hours in this because the pink, just my body just kicks out pink. But this one took several times. During the tattoo, I actually had a fever because my body went into shock because we kept trying to put it in and my body kept kicking it out, and that night I ended up with a really bad fever from it. It was a bad experience, but none of them hurt. I mean, they all felt good. I almost fell asleep several times from my tattoos because they all felt really good. It's really weird. And then we added this top portion. It used to be yellow, and then the top he actually hand drew. He hand drew all this, and then like right here looks almost like a spider because I had tarantulas. It wasn't anticipated that way, but it ended up kind of looking that way. So it almost looks like a spider. So it's kind of cool. I still have one tarantula left, by the way. And then this all through here was a design that he drew for me. He hand drew this. Like 90% of this is hand drawn. He hand drew all this. This was like he drew on paper, then did it for me. But I came up with the idea. I showed him some stuff that I wanted, and then he just drew it on me for me. Just, I don't know, there's something I kind of wanted. I wanted like a stained glass kind of filigree look to go with the angel in honor of my mother. And then it has some purple in it. But my vitiligo is kicking a lot of it out. But since I had the cancer on this side of my body, my cancer was right here. And since I had the cancer on this side of my body and I had some lymph nodes that I had cancer in, they took it out. And once you have that done, you can no longer have any blood pressure, any needle sticks or anything on that arm. So I can never have that touched up again because you can risk what's called lymphedema, and it's where your body will swell up and then you lose complete use of that arm. Okay, so this here, and I'm gonna lift my shirt up just forewarning you guys before I do this. I'm gonna show you the tattoo that I have here instead of stretching this down. This tattoo used to be vampire bites because I love vampire. I have a freaking fascination with vampires. My husband hated the vampire bites. Even after I had them touched up and everything, he hated them. So after my dad passed away in 2013 of bladder cancer that had metastasized and went to his lungs, after a few years, he came to live with us, and then he passed away a year and a half after it went to his lungs. So I wanted to get something in honor of he and my mom, so I got the hospice butterfly, and then I got it over top of my vampire bites that I loved, but nobody else liked. And then I got it also for my husband to cover the vampire bites. But I'm going to show you that, okay? But as I do that, I'm also going to show you my breast cancer scars. So just to warn you, in case you're squeamish of any scarring, I'm going to show you what my scars look like. So first I'm going to show you what my scars look like. This is like a combination video, okay? I'm going to show you what my scar, and I also am putting that in the title, as you saw. That way people know ahead of time what you're going to see. I'm going to show you what my scars look like before. When I first had my surgery. That way you can see how far I've come. This is what I looked like when I had my surgery. I had staples. I had 52 staples. So if it's coming in, you can actually see the staples I had. And I had it all the way across. So if you can see that, you can see the staples I had across my chest. And I had drain tubes. And this was almost 3 years ago now. So, okay, just warning you, okay? I'm going to show you the scars, and I'm going to show you my butterfly tattoo. All right, so this is my scars now. As you can tell, they look great. I still have the little scars from the drain tubes over here. Over here, it's not as bad. I don't even know where the hell it is. It's in there somewhere, so it's almost gone. But this is my butterfly tattoo, which I think is like really cool. And this scar here is from where I had my port, and it was actually I named it Faith because Faith took in the chemo drug to kill the to kill the cancer. So, and I'm in remission, so hopefully it killed it. But these are my scars. And my cancer was located right here. So, okay, I lost some of that because my timing ran out. So anyway, as I was saying, this was Faith, this was my porthole. And then this is where I had the cancer, was like right here. So they had to take, you know, they just took them both off for me. And then this is why this side's kind of dimpled in more. It's because they really had to dig it out through there, because it started here and then the cancer went all the way across. So it went like all the way across here. And then there's a scar up here, which I don't know if you can still see it, but it actually went all the way up, and then the tube went all the way up my neck. Okay, the next tattoo. This is, I don't know if you can see it or not. Hopefully you can. This is a gecko. It's just a little black and gray gecko. And then I went back a week later and got a colorful gecko right there. It's harder to see, but this is another gecko. And this is like one of my favorite tattoos. I've never had to have it touched up or anything. It's actually not coming in very good. There we go. So that's really, really cute. I love that one. I think that's so adorable. And then this past year, I went and got a little one on my foot. It's a, oh God, I don't know if I can get it up here. Okay, that's actually a breast cancer ribbon, as you can tell. And then I had this thing about elephants. During my cancer treatments, we were downtown on the old mall, as we call it. It's the outdoor mall. And we were in this store, and I felt like crap because I just had treatment, and I just felt like crap. And I was with my in-laws, and we saw this little boutique, and they had this elephant in there. It was like a little bracelet, and it said the elephants mean strength and memory, and I'm like, oh my God, that like was me. Had to have it. So I don't know, elephants became my spirit animal, so now I freaking love elephants. So the same day I got that tattoo, I went in there for this tattoo, and I ended up getting that one instead, or both at the same time. And I want to bring this camera down because it's a little easier. But that's my little elephant, and he designed that for me. I told him what I wanted, and he put this design together, and he designed it for me. It's a little faded right here, so I'm gonna have to go back and get him to touch that up. And I have one more tattoo, and honestly, I don't know whether I want to be able to show you that one, because I don't know if I get my pants up far enough. It's on my thigh. So let me step over here for a minute. So excuse me for a second. I don't know whether I can get my pants up that far. Oh, I can. Okay, guys. Excuse my fat. Excuse my fat. So this one. God, I don't even know if I can do this. All right. This one here. Can you... I don't know if you guys can see this, because I'm like trying to look at this at an angle, and I don't know if you can see it. But this one here, he designed for me, because it's got that purple one there again. Red carnations are my absolute favorite. Red and pink carnations are my favorite. Red carnations is also my sister's favorite flower. But this snake, as you see, going through here, I love sugar skulls. So he kind of made it like in a half sugar skull, kind of. The snake that's going through here was for a ball python that I had that, well, you can kind of see it better back there, can't you? Was for a snake that I had named Turtle that passed away. So, yeah, that's my tattoos. Anyway, I do have more planned. I plan to have this one redone. The guy that I have doing my tattoos now, I went in there with my son, actually. I went in there with him, and then he just actually said, Mom, come with me to get a tattoo. And I had been talking to my friend John about, the guy that did my rest of my tattoos, about getting one done, but he was just so swamped. He was so busy. So my son said, Mom, can you come with me to get my tattoo? And when I went in with him, I'm like, hey, while I'm here. So he sat down and designed my tattoo, and I'm like, do you think you might have time to do, if I don't have too much pain with my ankle, because this one hurt. This one hurt, and when I redid it, my vampire bites didn't, but the cover up was like, and my thigh, that one did. That one hurt. The rest of them didn't. The rest of them I fell asleep. I was like, oh my God, it feels so good. Like they felt so good. So, but my thigh was a bitch. It hurt. So when I did my ankle, I wasn't sure how it was going to feel, like in that little spot, and it was fine. And I said, so if I like that one, do you mind can you do a little breast cancer? And he's like, sure. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm here. And once he finished that one, I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and do the other side. So he told me he would redo this one for me. So, you know, to fill in, because like right here, you can see the vitiligo is really pulled out, the color on this one. So he's going to go do it. He said he was going to charge like $100 an hour, and he would be able to pop it out in a couple of hours. I just have to get down there and do it. It's just a matter of me getting out of my house, because as you know, I don't do that very often. But can you tell? I had my hair done yesterday. Can you guys tell it's darker? My son had his hair done pink yesterday. It looks so good. I love it. But what do you guys think? I mean, this is different lighting, obviously, than what I'm usually sitting at. This is incandescent lighting for my snakes. But what do you guys think? Do you think that, you think this looks okay? Do you think the dark looks good on me? I put some blue in there. I saw blue like on the side of my face too, even after washing. So yeah, we'll see. And I want to show you a quick visit with this is my geckos over here. We have a gecko in here, a gecko in here, gecko here. I have 2 mating in here. I got a baby gecko here. One usually is over here, one usually over here. I got 1 here, 2 mating in there, and then I got my tarantula that's hiding in the back of there. So that's it, guys. That's my snake area. So what do you think? Did you like this little exploration of this different part of my life? Let me know what you think down below. If you have anything else you want to see or want to learn any more about my snakes, just let me know that too. Thanks for joining me today. If you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up and hit the bell notification. I have some other things coming. As you know, I have this Ipsy bag box over here, and I'm going to be unboxing, and probably, since I have snakes to feed, I'm just going to sit right here and do that. So look for that. And as far as my giveaways go, because I've been having a lot of people that comment on my videos, when they see the giveaway in the title, they automatically think that video is going to be a giveaway, because it'll say giveaway announcement. Just because it says giveaway announcement doesn't necessarily mean that video has a giveaway in it. It could just mean that there's an announcement pertaining to another giveaway. So you guys have got to watch the video or read down below, because what I'm doing is I'm putting giveaway rules in all of my videos. I'm putting the rules down below so that you guys know ahead of time what the rules are going to be, regardless of whether there's a giveaway in that particular video. And I do put it in parentheses, so if you read the descriptions, you'll know whether or not there's a giveaway in that video. So you guys have to read the description. I know a lot of people, as soon as they see giveaway, they're automatically putting my Instagram is down below, and it doesn't always work, because it doesn't matter if it's, you know, if it's not in that video, then it doesn't matter what your Instagram name is. So you guys just got to watch the videos and stuff to know whether or not that particular video has a giveaway. And what I'm doing this month with my BoxyCharm and Ipsy, I'm going to put that all in one giveaway, because I have my Boxy Lux coming either tomorrow or Monday, because it's going back and forth. One day it'll say it's coming Monday, and one day it'll say it's coming Saturday. So I don't know which day it's going to be. But I have my giveaway for my BoxyCharm ending on the 17th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in whatever I do not want from my Lux and whatever I do not want from my Ipsy. And I'm going to throw that all into one giveaway instead of doing several giveaways. And then my 100 subscriber giveaway, what I'm doing with that is I'm just going to do, instead of doing like a 100 subscriber giveaway, I'm going to do a subscriber appreciation giveaway. And it's going to run through the whole month. So just watch out for that too. Anyway, guys, I gotta go, because I gotta finish feeding these babies of mine and then do this Ipsy unboxing. So you guys have a wonderful day. Go out there and take care of each other. Be good to each other. And I will see you again soon. Bye.